today's episode, we're going to talk about self-sabotage. I'm going over the 11 things that I've seen over the years of dentists who self-sabotage and who hurt themselves from growing. Not on purpose. It's not, they don't realize that they're doing it. They wouldn't do it if they realized they were doing it. And I told a story yesterday, and I'll tell it again today because I think the application is really important. I had a client that came on. They paid us a lot of money to work with us, and we did the onboarding process. That took some time, got everything set up for growth, and they had a record new patient month in their second month of working with us, substantially ahead of where they were before. And they also had a great ROI, one of the highest production months that they've ever had as well. And towards the end of the month, they reached out to us with a laundry list of changes that they wanted to make, and all digital changes. And I get why they probably wanted to do it. However, if we would allow them to do it, if we said, sure, we'll do all those things for you, Mr. Client, because the client's always right, they would have failed. That would have been their peak, and they would have trended down. And so it's our job to step in and say, you know what, this isn't in your best interest. You hired us to make sure that you are growing, and we are doing that, and now you're about to set yourself up for failure. So that's what motivated me to create this series. And the last series, if you didn't catch that, it was on the number one thing that dentists do to self-sabotage is they don't train their team properly on how to answer pricing questions on the phone. And that's a very nuanced conversation, and I just shot a whole episode about that.
Sorry for interrupting the show, but I got something special for you. So we only got 27 more seats at our in-person event. We're going to be helping you grow in 2026. We're going to be putting together a growth map for you, helping you with attracting the right kind of team members, attracting the right kind of patients, and getting your systems in place for next year so you can actually grow. Now, this event is normally $499, but I have a discount code down below for $199. Make sure you sign up right away. There's only a few seats left. We look forward to seeing you soon. Now back to the show.
And in today's episode, we're going to talk about loss leaders. Now, this one triggers dental folks, okay? I know it does. It's a very polarizing topic, but it's a very necessary topic. If you want to grow, you have to understand the difference between coupons and loss leaders. Now, you might be saying, well, Gary, what are you talking about? They're the same thing. They're not the same thing. Couponing is when you are marketing at a massive discount to attract bargain shoppers. That's couponing, right? So think of like a grocery store that is inviting people to come and buy 7, get 12 free, right? That's looking for a very specific kind of person. That is a coupon. That is not the kind of patients that you want to attract. However, loss leaders are totally different. Loss leaders are ways that you attract people to your business through things that they are interested in, and then you get them to your profit centers. Okay, this is a totally different strategy. This is not trying to attract people who are couponers. This is trying to attract people who have money who can then spend in areas that you want to have them spend in. Let me give you a couple of examples of businesses that do this really well. Louis Vuitton does it. Apple does it. Whole Foods does it. Even companies like Tesla does it in their own little way. Okay. Now you say, well, man, those are really big companies and very expensive companies. I want to be like them. Well, yeah. And they don't do coupons. There is no coupon on an Apple product or a Louis Vuitton product, but there are loss leaders. So let me explain what that means. A loss leader is something that they know they're going to lose money on, but that attracts the bulk of their customers to their business. And then they come in and buy everything else at their business at full price or even beyond full price. Okay. And I'm asking for your patience with me as you listen to this. Okay. It's a really important concept that most dentists just frankly do not understand about business. Okay. So the coupon is going to prevent you from attracting the right kind of people, but a loss leader is going to attract the right people. So let's talk through somebody who does this really well. Whole Foods does free certain kinds of things that the kids can get. The mom brings the kids and the kids can get free groceries. I think it's up to $5 or $10, and it's free. And the kids can't come by themselves, so the mom's going to bring them. And then the mom comes in and spends a lot of money on really expensive groceries, right? Louis Vuitton does this where they'll discount their belts and their wallets. They don't discount them, but they're far cheaper. They're a $200, $300 product versus the purses and the different things like that, which is several $1,000s. Okay, so it gets a certain person in and like, oh, I can afford $300, but now they're looking at everything else in the store. And Apple does this as well on certain, they'll do certain products that are priced at a certain point that get you into the Apple ecosystem. And maybe you don't have $2,500 or $4,000 for a computer, but you have $200 or $300, and then you get into their ecosystem, and then you get this product and that product and the next product. And so they on purpose lose money on certain products, and then they make money on other products or services down the road. Dentistry is no different if you do it properly. Okay, so I'm not asking you to run a coupon. I'm asking you to strategically price certain things that the public wants that will get the people with money into your practice with needs, and then they're going to buy other services from you. They're going to get other procedures from you because they need them. Okay, so let's talk through that. Exactly right, Eileen. Eileen's from the automotive industry. Automotive does the same exact thing. Such a good point. So the automotive industry will take all of their cars and then they'll find the one car that everybody wants and they'll actually price it down below. And this is on luxury cars as well. They'll price it below where they're actually losing money on this one car, and they advertise and push that car to get everybody in, and then they have the other cars on the high end. Okay, so dental can do the same thing. How do we do this? What is the one thing in dental that everybody knows that they need and that they're supposed to do every 6 months? It's a cleaning. Okay, and so what a lot of dentists do is they're like, well, I need to charge $250 for a cleaning. Well, no one's going to come to you at $250. Well, it's because they're price shoppers. No. It's because you didn't strategically price yourself properly in the position of your market. You just didn't. You missed the boat. You didn't understand how business works. And so what you have to do is you have to actually price that competitively with everybody else. And then you're going to market to specific areas. So you're going to actually only target income areas that you want. And then the people are going to come in on that hygiene strategically priced. And then even if they have insurance, they're still going to look at it and go, oh, this is a reasonably priced practice. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take all of your other services and you're going to mark them up and be the most expensive on them, because people aren't going to be able to compare them when they're in office. And so then you are going to attract them. It's a loss leader. You're losing money in hygiene, and then you're making money on all of your other services at as high as you can. And this is how you get volume. And the beautiful thing about this is most dentists don't understand this. So you can take advantage of this in your market and actually get them a huge number of new patients in. They're buying treatment, and then they're coming back to other services that you want. It's that simple. Okay? We have to constantly fight dentists on this because they think that by raising their price on their cleaning or their exam and x-ray or their consultation is actually going to attract better quality patients. But that's not true. Okay? That's not true. What they're doing is they're strategically pricing themselves out of the conversation. What they need to do is change their targeting and attract the right kinds of patients through this loss leader. So I know this is a hot button topic, and I know a lot of people get upset about it, but I would love to know your thoughts down below. And let me know if I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, I would love to hear from you especially. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and I look forward to this series. Hopefully it's helping you, and hopefully it's helping you overcome some of those things that you might be sabotaging yourself with. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you mañana.